What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Now, I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. Going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you guys are doing today. Then, of course, we will be getting into things. We did miss the press briefing, but I did pause it right before Peter Ducey started doing his thing, so we are at least going to see the important part of the press briefing, so look forward to that. Anyways, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, President Trump is supposed to be participating in an October 7th remembrance event. I didn't even know what that was. I guess it has something to do with Gaza or, shit in the Middle East or whatever. I don't know. And with him participating in it and not actually speaking, I'm not exactly sure that we're going to cover it, because it might just end up being better of a highlight tomorrow. So we'll see. Anyways, before we get any further, I want to remind you guys really quick, if you would like to join the membership over on jeffmaclive.com, right now is the time to do it. Go get yourself a membership. That way you can watch today's live. You can post in Hooligans Alley. You can hang out with all the hooligans in the group chat. Plus, you'll be able to join us Fridays, 6 p.m. Eastern Time for a voice chat over on the website, which is a lot of fun. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. We're going to be starting off with this press briefing stuff. I don't even know what Peter Ducey said, so we're all going to figure that out together. Then after that, we'll be covering a video titled San Antonio Police Arrest Multiple Trinidad Aragua, I don't know what the fuck it is, TDA gang members, the Venezuelan gang that was taking over the apartment complex over in Colorado. Greg Abbott declared them as a foreign terrorist organization. So since that happened, which was like a week or two ago, we covered that when that happened. Now they're supposedly cracking down on TDA. At least this is the first instance of us covering this. We'll see if anything actually happens. I think it's more talk than anything else, but we'll see. Then after that, we have a video. It's a very short video. It's Elon Musk hyping up Pittsburgh Steelers fans following the Butler rally speech. He went from the Butler rally to a football game, and he's still just wired, full of energy. So I figured we show that. Why not? A little dark Elon goes a long way. Then we got a video titled Harris Walls to do several high-profile interviews this week. They're going to be doing like 6 interviews this week or something like that. They're not competing with President Trump. There's no way. There's no way. But they're trying to get themselves out there, and, well, they're doing a shit job, and so they're going to try really hard this week, and I'm sure they'll fall right on their face. Then we got a video titled North Carolina Officials Work to Reorganize for Election Day, talking about those that were hit with Hurricane Helene. But then they also mentioned in this that there is a electoral vote increase because of the numbers that came back in 2020 census. And so I just wanted to remind everyone that everyone's doing census right now, and we have 25 million illegals in the country at the same damn time. So if little 2020 affected the electoral votes, just imagine how this is going to be affected. The numbers are going to be changed. It may not affect this election, but next election, we'll see. We're going to see major changes because of how many illegals are in the country, and it does affect census, because when you're doing census, it asks how many bodies are in the house, even if they're not here legally. So it is going to change our electoral votes, and I think that's part of their strategy, the Democrats running the country and all that. Then we got a video titled, I've never seen my city like this, Asheville mayor says. We got a couple videos here about Hurricane Helene, just trying to stay up to date with what's going on, including some propaganda, which is always nice. After that video where they're interviewing the mayor and they're showing some scenes of how things are going in North Carolina, then we have a video titled Hurricane Helene's death toll rises to 227. Friday or Saturday, we're trying to figure out what the numbers were. I wasn't really sure. This video says it's 227, but they do throw propaganda in right at the end. It says, or I've wrote down, propaganda claiming that illegal money was spent is a false story. Because, they keep saying, well, like President Trump was saying, they spent so much money on illegals that they don't have any money for the hurricane victims. And Democrats on Capitol Hill keep saying it's a lie. The government's news is claiming it's a lie. But last week we covered a couple videos where they were saying, no, this is normal practice. For them to take FEMA funds and relocate them as they need them is common practice. So yeah, what President Trump says apparently is true. is that they have so much money that goes to these different things, and when something runs out, they just allocate money in that direction. Well, the illegals who've been coming in for the last 4 years, that's cost a lot of money. And because of that, they don't have money for Hurricane Helene victims. So they're trying to tell you that it's all a lie, but it's the government news telling you that. So, you know, when the government says they're here to help, you know it's time to run. Then we got a video titled, Fact-Checking 3 Misleading Claims About Helene Relief Efforts. And that video, like, not only is this propaganda, but it's fucking hilarious. Because they're claiming that social media is lying to you, and the reason they know that is because they use other social media posts to fact check the social media posts that they don't like. This Facebook post is true, but this post on X, that's propaganda because Facebook said so. That's what they're doing in this video. So just know they're lying and crying, and well, they're onto people. They're onto people telling the truth. So they're out there trying to call it lies. Then we got a video titled, Residents Preparing Homes as Hurricane Milton is aimed at Florida, expected to land midweek. I've heard it's going to be like Wednesday or something like that. It's supposed to hit Florida. It's supposed to be a category 3 or something like that. I'm learning a lot about hurricanes for somebody who doesn't have them. So hopefully everybody in Florida will be okay. They're saying that there's a good chance it could just pass right over Florida. It will affect Florida, but it may not hit Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, all those places that are currently devastated because of Hurricane Helene. So those people might actually get a break, but nobody knows for sure because with the government, you know, things go. We'll see. Only time will tell. Then we got a couple of videos here related to Eric Adams. First one's titled, New York City Deputy Mayor Sheena Wright Adams. Is she an Adams? Oh, Adams' right hand set to resign in latest city hall turmoil. That video is really interesting because she's just acting like a douchebag. These camera people walk up on her and she actually snatches the camera. So somebody who's, you know, a part of a campaign for a political official has no idea about your First Amendment rights or recording in public or any of that. She's just ignorant as fuck. Like, can't put it any other way. She's just ignorant as shit. And then we got a video following that one about the same douchebag. It's titled, New York City Deputy Mayor Sheena Wright will resign, reports say. But then they spend the whole video saying that she hasn't resigned yet. So, we'll see. But it seems like the flies around Eric Adams are starting to drop off. Then we got 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled, The Weather Guy's Having a Hard Time. You guys are going to love that. That's going to be hilarious. And then our official funny video of the day is Fight Fire with Fire. And it is how petty I get. And it's just a good time. Anyways, all of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat. See how you hooligans are doing on this manic Monday. Then I can tell you guys about my Subaru. Because I know you've been waiting on an update for the Subaru. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Russell? What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Annette? What's up, GuessMJ? What's up, Breeze by You? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Zero? What's up, Nefties? What's up, Damsel? What's up, Matt? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being over on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Guess you were first today. I appreciate you racing to the chat, GuessMJ, and you're omnipresent. What's up, Brian? Happy freedom. What's up, Breeze by You? You're omnipresent. I appreciate you. Russell, you're omnipresent as well. I love you, Russell. I appreciate you being omnipresent, Russell. What's up, Mr. B New? Happy freedom. What's up, MU? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Bobby? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Pumpkin? Having a day today, but that's okay. We're going to keep it moving. What's up, Matthew? If I didn't get you, what's up, Screaming Eagle? What's up, Zupia? What's up, D-Cat? What's up, Hidu? Happy freedom. Hidu, I saw your comment. I'm glad you had a blast over at the Trump rally. That's so badass. What's up, Puffin Stuff? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Gran? What's up, Trump Girl? Happy freedom. What's up, Janet Steve? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Space Baby? Thank you for joining us over on Rumble. Let me see. Make sure I got everybody. What's up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom. What's up, Black White Bull? Thank you for joining us. Let me see. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom to you. Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble. See if you can get us on the front page. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Zeus Boot? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Matt Rogers, appreciate you. What's up, Hurley Girl? Happy freedom. I think I got everybody. Sometimes they trick me. They color your guys' names all the same color, and I can't tell you apart. That sounds racist, but it's not. What is up, everyone over on YouTube? Matt, you're omnipresent. I appreciate you. What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy freedom. What's up, High Plains Drifter? What's up, Damon Walker? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Skulls? Happy freedom. Let me see. What's up, Mr. Satan? Mr. Satan, you weren't first today. I'm shocked. I'm shocked, but I appreciate you being here. What's up, Christian? Happy Freedom. What's up, VH? What's up, Jeff Reynolds? What's up, Sage Pup? Happy Freedom. You guys can hit that like button over on that communism platform. That's totally fine. It's like a big fuck you to YouTube. Okay, with the poor Subaru, I've been telling you guys for like the last 6 months that thing has been howling. It's been howling. Nobody really knows what's wrong. The mechanics told me to learn to live with it. And I've done that as long as I can. It's not howling anymore, it's growling now. And it's starting to get real sketchy to drive that car. And I had a couple more lights pop up on the dashboard, so I figured it was time to take that Christmas tree back to the shop. And I didn't know if they were going to work on it or not, because they keep telling me to live with all my problems. And so I went back, because my transmission is sitting there, and so is my other motor. So if it was related to either of the two things, which I don't think it's the motor, they would be able to put the old stuff back in the car, and I wouldn't have to purchase a new part. But they don't know what's wrong with it, so I need to drop it off on the 17th, and they're going to keep it for a week or two and take the whole damn thing apart and figure out what it is in the drivetrain that is howling and whining and screaming and growling and making all the damn noise. And they did figure out the other lights on the dashboard. I had low tire pressure and some other stupid shit that they fixed. But I now, once again, have Subaru problems, and that fucking sucks. So anyways, I was sitting in the shop for like 4 hours today. We were doing test drives and talking shit and whatever. And we got to that conclusion. So on the 17th, I will be out of a car. Anyways, we're all up to date now. Like I said, we're going to watch this little bit of the press briefing here. I paused it right before Peter Doocy started to speak. I didn't listen to it. I don't know what he says. I'm sure it'll be fine. But either way, that's what we're going to be starting with. Now, before we do, I want to remind you guys really quick, and we got new shirts coming. Me and Alistair just got to get things finalized. But until then, we have these Outraged Hooligan t-shirts. It says, if you are not outraged, you are not paying attention. Like I said, this design was created by Alistair because he's a badass. And it comes in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, and dog tags. Today I got on the plain Jane Jeff Mac t-shirt because you guys think I forget my name. I got to walk around with my name on my shirt because I got these old man Walter problems. But either way, if you're like me and you want to wear a shirt that says my name on it, go check out the merch store. I will drop the link in the chat. While we're watching this little bit of the press briefing here, it may still be live. I don't know. We're not going to watch the whole thing. We're just going to listen to Peter Doocy, and when he's done doing what he does, we're going to move on to something else. All right? Let's get this going. Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
Thank you, Green. Congratulations on the promotion.
Thank you.
You're not leaving us in the briefing room, are you?
Unless you want me to. Do you want me to leave the
No, sure don't.
All right, okay.
So the arms dealer that President Biden freed in a prisoner swap, Victor Bout, is now, according to the Wall Street Journal, selling weapons to the Houthis. Does President Biden think that is a problem?
So look, a couple of things. I can't confirm that report today, I believe in the Wall Street Journal. I do want to put out a couple of facts here that is important to note. Look, securing the release of Americans who are being held hostage and wrongfully detained is a big priority, is a priority for this administration. And I would note that we have been extraordinarily successful in getting that done. It is a top priority to get these Americans, again, wrongfully detained and held hostage. And so that is something, and it's not easy. It is not an easy thing to do. It is not. There are some difficult decisions that we have to make. We've been very transparent about that. Very transparent. As you're talking about Victor Bout, that was related to Brittany's release. And so even then, a year and a half ago, we were clear about.
She looks like she's got Eric Adams'
on a number of occasions,
suit coat on.
It's incredibly difficult. And we've been transparent about it. We've been very transparent. So look, we're going to continue to do what we can, do everything that we can to bring Americans home who are wrongfully detained and held hostage. And again, frankly, we have had an extraordinary record of doing just that, and that's going to be the president's top priority.
And on this issue of funding, the administration has money to send to Lebanon without Congress coming back. But Congress does have to come back to approve money to send to people in North Carolina. Do I have that right?
Here's what I'm going to be very clear about. The president and the vice president has had a robust whole of government response to this. Hundreds of millions of dollars. I said it at the top, more than $200 million that we have directly put towards survivors here for disaster help. And that's because of this president's commitment to make sure that we are there for communities that are impacted. We take this very seriously again. We take this very seriously. And before the hurricane hit, we pre-positioned more than 1,500 federal folks on the ground to help. And so we have made sure that every state has gotten their storm requested emergency declaration. They requested it, and we made sure they received it. We've taken this very seriously. More than $200 million that we have provided to the impacted areas. But instead, people want to do disinformation, misinformation, which is dangerous. Because then when folks on the ground hear that, they may not want to ask for the help that they need. That is there for them. That's our focus here.
But President Biden is fond of saying, show me your budget and I will tell you what you value. If he's got money for people in Lebanon right now, without Congress having to come back, what does it say about his values? There's not enough money right now for people in North Carolina who need it. That's not misinformation.
Wait, no, that is your whole premise of the question is misinformation, sir. What you do? Yes, it's misinformation.
Is there money to send to Lebanon right now?
I just mentioned to you that we provided more than $200 million to folks who are impacted in the area, and I just shared with you that people are deciding not to. People are deciding not to.
Letter to Congress that there's not enough money to help people in North Carolina.
We're talking about the SBA disaster loan.
That's money for people in North Carolina,
and that's important. And people in North Carolina need that. Wait, this is nothing new. Peter, this is nothing new. Congress comes together, they provide money, millions of dollars, for disaster relief. We're asking them to do the job that they have been doing for some time.
From a letter that President Biden sent to Johnson, McConnell, Schumer, and Jeffries. The president's letter is not misinformation. Would you agree?
No, the way you're asking me the question is misinformation. There is money that we are allocating to the impacted areas, and there's money there to help people who truly need it. There are survivors who need the funding, and it's there.
That you don't like misinformation.
I actually said we have the money available to help survivors of Hurricane Helene and also Hurricane Milton. Now there's going to be a shortfall, right? Because we don't know how bad Hurricane Milton is going to be. And so we're going to need additional funding. That's
exactly what I just asked about. And you said it was misinformation. Yes.
What you're asking me is why Congress needs to come back and do their job. That's what you're asking me. Congress needs to come back and do their job and provide extra assistance, extra funding to disaster relief fund. That's what Congress needs to do, and we're going to continue to urge that. You may not want that, but that's okay. That's what this president wants, and that's what the vice president wants. Thanks, everybody.
Prostitute.
Well, damn, I didn't know Peter Ducey ran her out of the room like that. Holy shit, that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. We've just watched the only important part of the press briefing. You're welcome. Holy. That was hilarious. She couldn't answer the question. She got called out, and then she relabeled the question. She's like, you're asking me this, and put a brand new title on it, and then wandered out of the room. Smelling like shit and shame. Anyways, next up. San Antonio police arrest multiple TDA gang members, the Venezuelan gang that's been taking over apartment complexes and supposedly rumbling with gang members in Chicago and whatever else is going on. But after Greg Abbott declared them as foreign terrorist organization, whatever, I guess it gave people the authority to arrest these people, because up until then, only Border Patrol could arrest these people, which I still think is really stupid. If someone's here illegally, only the Border Patrol can arrest them? I thought illegal was illegal, but I guess not. Anyways, they're supposedly cracking down on that, and we're going to be covering that next. But first, we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think about Peter Ducey just flame broiling KJP there in front of everybody. And she had that big goofy ass coat on. I don't know if she's wearing her granddad's coat or what was going on with that. Like I said, she looked like she was wearing Eric Adams' suit jacket or something. I don't know. Let's see, Breeze by You. She got a promotion? I don't know. I don't know what they were talking about. I didn't hear anything about her getting her promotion. I just know there was that little dialogue there. I don't know anything about that yet. Maybe tomorrow I'll know more about it. Let me see. Zero. Yes, people need to understand that the $750 is a loan. If not paid back, they will come take your property. Interesting, Zero. I keep hearing that the only way they can get that money is by applying online. That's probably really hard when you're stranded up on a mountain somewhere with no Wi-Fi, no phone signal, or anything like that. They didn't talk about that at the press briefing, though. Yeah, the money's there somewhere on a computer somewhere while you're stranded in the hills. I'm sure that does you a lot of good. What I think is really interesting is if it's all misinformation and disinformation and all the other words that mean you're censoring speech, why isn't there people posting videos about being saved? That's what I don't understand. If there's so many, like Biden said, they provided resources to those in need from the Hurricane Helene disaster. And Biden said they're very happy. They're very happy with what they got. Well, where's those videos at? Because I just see videos of people suffering. I'm not seeing videos of like, oh, thank you, Red Cross, for coming to save our nuggets. Oh, thanks, FEMA, for pulling us out of the mud. I'm not seeing any video. I have not seen one video of people being really thankful that the government showed up to help everybody. But these assholes keep going on the government's media and going, oh, yeah, they're really happy. They're really happy people. We're going to send billions of dollars to Lebanon. But, you know, they're already happy. They're set in North Carolina. Anyways. Snook, she's now senior advisor to Joe Biden. So she's got two positions? 20 in the front, 40 in the back? No. She's the senior advisor and the press secretary. They couldn't hire another person. There's probably somebody else that could fit that job. I don't know how she qualified for that. She sucks at the job she's got now. How do you suck ass at a job and get a promotion? You got to work for the Biden administration, I guess. Breeze by you, they're not saving anyone. Yeah, I don't think they are either. Guess, man, they hate the Red Cross. I've never heard anything good about the Red Cross, ever. Let's see, Russell, there's hundreds of videos about FEMA not showing up. Yeah, Russell, that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing tons of videos of people suffering, claiming the government's not there, claiming that the government's refusing to allow Americans to help other Americans. The money situation being online and in places where you can't even get to it because these people are in the middle of a disaster. So, like, where's all the videos of everyone being thankful? Where's all the videos of people being saved? The other thing I'm not seeing, though, is I'm not seeing videos of bodies in trees. I keep hearing that. I keep hearing that there's bodies in trees and that the government is not picking up the corpses and that it smells like death and ass around there. Which, I mean, yeah, you could assume it would be like that. But where's the videos of that? And I know you guys are like, what do you mean? Why would anyone post videos? If you haven't been on X in the last week, you would say something like that. Because on X, I can't be on there for 3 minutes without watching a dog get beat to death, a woman getting split in half, a man being eaten alive. I see all kinds of shit on X all the time. But I do wonder about that because I keep hearing, oh no, there's bodies in the trees and the government's not retrieving them. Where's those videos at? And so, I don't know. I just question this whole deal. And they're saying that there's like blackout areas where there is no internet, there is no phone signal, there's nothing, there's just stranded people. And so maybe in a week, we'll start seeing those kind of videos, but I would assume if somebody had been saved, that means they probably got some phone signal. They probably got some Wi-Fi. Why aren't they posting videos celebrating that they were pulled out of the fire by FEMA? Because I don't think that's happening. I think the government's media is lying to us. Like it does, you know? Snook, she promised to change his depends all the time. I thought she already was. Zero, suck ass at a job and get a promotion. That's what Kamala did. Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, she didn't suck the ass, but yeah, you're pretty much on the mark there. Matt, Glenn Beck did a video. The one FEMA trucks he found was basically hiding at the back of the parking lot. Yeah, Matt, that's rough stuff. If you could send me the link to that, I'd like to check that out, Matt. And vote these commies out. You are right. You are absolutely right. I've seen a lot of people saying today is the last day to register to vote for a few states. I think Michigan is one of them. You can go to, there's multiple websites where you can double check just to make sure that you're registered to vote. I did earlier today because I kept hearing people say to do that but not tell you where to go. You can just Google it. There's .gov websites. I think I went to Michigan gov/SOS/ something else or whatever. You just type in your name and your bullshit and it'll tell you if you're registered or not. But you should also encourage your family members and friends to double check if they're registered, because they'll know deep down if they are or not. And going to those websites, if you're not, like, you can check if you're registered, but if you're not, you just click the button right next to it and it'll let you register. So get everybody registered so we can vote the Orange Eagle in and get these commies out. Matt, a $750 loan if you qualify. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I checked and I was registered under all 4 of my names. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see if Klaus Daniels was registered or not, but we're gonna get that fixed one way or another. Get them all signed up. He can't wait to vote. You know, he can't wait to get out there and vote. Klaus Daniels. Cricket Kiss, these pricks created a disaster, wanted an epic, horrific outcome. Yeah, and they keep making articles and videos talking about how this is going to affect the election. They're like, oh no, Hurricane Helene, that's really going to hurt the Trump supporters. Like, they keep saying it. Like, they're saying the quiet part out loud. They're praying to God that those people that are hit by the hurricane don't make it, because they think that's how they're going to win the election. It's crazy that they even say that shit out loud. Yeah, Dutton, I think you're right. I think that's how you got to qualify. I might qualify. Not quite sure. I drive an Outback, you know, that's kind of like being a lesbian. Crit Kiss, FEMA confiscation of private donations. Yeah, I keep hearing that too. I'm trying to think. There was a video I came across where somebody had a helicopter or something and they were working with another group of people to get supplies to those in need, and then the federal government showed up and seized their supplies. And I can't remember who it was now. I wonder if I can find that video in a little bit. I want to say it was on Twitter. Crit Kiss, no private drones because all the dead bodies, they say, add 2 O's to the death count. Yeah, Cricket Kiss, I keep hearing that too. Guess video of Bigfoot helping more people than FEMA. I believe you, guess I believe you. Done. FEMA stealing supplies and threatening people with jail time for interfering. Yep, I keep hearing that a lot. That's probably the most common thing I hear is that, Dutton. Slink, what about the J6ers? I'm sure you're talking in reference to something. I'm not sure exactly what you're referencing. I know ain't nobody coming to help them, though, unless we get President Trump in. That's the only way we're going to be able to help the J6ers. What's up, Amarain? Happy freedom. Pumpkin Biden also said there's no more money. Yeah, I don't want to, what is his name? Mayorkas or whatever? It's either Mayorkas. I think it is Mayorkas. I don't think it was Blinken. Said the same thing. They're running out of money. They don't have enough money for the hurricane season. We're about to get hit with another hurricane. They don't even have money for the Hurricane Helene victims. So who knows what's going to happen with Hurricane Milton. Hopefully that's not too bad. It's supposed to be a Category 3. I'm still learning about hurricanes, but hopefully it just breezes by. I know that's wishful thinking, but leave it up to me to do that. Thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate the compliment. I feel like I look homeless, but after the live today, I'll be able to cut my hair, and that'll be nice. Trump girl, government isn't doing crap here. Yeah, that's all I keep hearing. That's all I keep hearing. I believe it. Look what they've been doing for the country for the last 4 years. I believe it. I believe it. What's up, Alistair? Happy freedom. What's up, Garlic Press? I saw where Elon Musk is paying $47 for people who refer voters to Trump. It's about time. I haven't seen that, Garlic Press. What's up, Sherry? Happy freedom. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Southern Eagleman. FEMA is not free money. It's low interest loans. Yeah. Well, and it sucks that they're not letting Americans help, because I bet there's a lot of Christian, Catholic groups and stuff that are probably getting supplies together and probably have intentions of helping those people. I mean, those are the places that keep food pantries going and stuff like that. There'd be a lot of people in the country that wouldn't make it if it wasn't for Catholic and Christian churches and people like that in general. I know religious people are annoying to be around, but when you need help, a lot of times they're willing to help you. And with the government telling everyone, no, we're not going to let you interfere, they're just screwing over Americans. That's all that's going on. It's no good. Thank you so much, Miss Vu, for continuing the membership program over on Twitch for 5 months. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you, Miss Vu. Thank you. Hell yeah. What's up, Denoise? Happy Freedom. What's up, Too Real? Jeff Reynolds, JLR. No, it wasn't JLR I was referencing. He's pretty good too, though. What's up, Tommy Temper? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Mr. Coffee? What's up, Bombay Man? Happy Freedom. Just reading through. Oh man, I didn't pull up the X chat. I'm so bad at that. I don't know why. Forgetting the people over on X. What a bastard. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, I didn't miss anybody, so hey, not that bad of a guy, I suppose. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into this next video here. It says San Antonio police arrest multiple Aragua gang members. I don't like saying it because it sounds like you're saying agua, like water. They're not water. These are bastard Venezuelan gang members. That's what they are. Anyways, like I said earlier, Greg Abbott had announced that TDA is now foreign terrorist organization. And so when they were just border crossers, only Border Patrol was able to arrest them. But now that they're considered foreign terrorists, I think all law enforcement can arrest these guys. So they're doing crackdowns and stuff. They're trying to do raids. I think that's how they found the first group of people is they did a raid at an apartment complex and pulled a bunch of gang members out. And, you know, you get 10 of them, one might squeal. You get one to squeal, you might find another 10. In that next 10, you'll probably find another that squeals. That's how it goes. And so supposedly they're cracking down on the TDA gang members. I don't know if I believe it or not, because we've had 25 million illegals enter the country, and they're kidnapping, stealing, squatting, raping, killing, human trafficking, and nobody does anything about it, even when they're beating the shit out of the police in the broad daylight in New York. You know, they just don't care. Now all of a sudden they're arresting these guys. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this, and don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
This nation continues to follow an alarming trend of members of the violent Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua illegally entering the United States and committing heinous crimes across the country. Well, now a multi-agency investigation in Central Texas is turning up several known TDA members after raiding an apartment complex the gang had allegedly taken over. News Nation's Jorge Ventura is live in San Antonio for us this morning. Jorge, police say this raid is just the tip of the iceberg. Are we expecting more frequent operations like this one?
Margie, yes, we will. There's been really an increased emphasis here in Texas by local and state authorities to crack down on Tren de Aragua's presence here in Texas. Now, San Antonio Police Chief Bill McMahon is sending that strong message to that Venezuelan gang that is now operating here in San Antonio.
We are on to you, and we're coming for you. We know where you are, and we're coming for you.
And those words coming followed a multi-agency effort on Saturday to arrest suspected Tren de Aragua gang members that were operating at an apartment complex in San Antonio. That multi-agency raid included local, state, and federal authorities. Allegations of human trafficking, narcotics violations, and violent threats against building staff were made at that apartment complex. Now, according to San Antonio police, multiple people arrested Saturday had previously received deportation orders. In total, 19 people were arrested, 16 Venezuelans and 3 U.S. citizens. The 4 confirmed Tren de Aragua gang members, including an enforcer of the gang, were taken into custody by Homeland Security agents. Police say this weekend's raid is just the beginning.
We are on top of this TDA issue that seems to have become very public lately. Today's operation is just one example of that commitment. It's an ongoing investigation. Even though we finished here at the complex, we are not done.
And Texas Governor Greg Abbott reacted to the arrest on X, formerly known as Twitter, saying, quote, Texas law enforcement not messing around. They are taking out the dangerous Trinidad Venezuelan gang block by block. Jail them or send them back. The results delivered by the anti-gang centers are outstanding. This raid here in San Antonio coming less than 3 weeks after Governor Abbott did confirm that the Trinidad gang is a foreign terrorist organization here in Texas, Marky.
Yeah, authorities sounding the alarm over this one. Jorge Ventura, thank you so much for that latest update there. Thanks for watching.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if they continue to crack down on TDA. I can't tell you how many gangs and terrorists and everybody else that's come across the border. I mean, look at Antifa. They won't say shit about Antifa. They won't declare them even a gang, let alone a terrorist organization. So, I don't know. It kind of seems a little suspicious to me. We've had so much criminal activity over the last almost 4 years, and they don't seem to care about it. If anything, they're like, oh no, the poor criminals. So now all of a sudden they're going to crack down on these guys? I don't know. Because they're not even the ones who are doing the bad stuff to the kids. You know, like these border crossers are monsters. They're monsters. And yeah, TDA, you know, they're bad guys or whatever. But I haven't covered a story and haven't come across a story where they kidnap 2 kids and rape one in front of the other one. Because we've had to cover stories like that, but it wasn't the TDA gang members. It was, oh no, the poor little asylum seekers. And they don't give a shit about that. But the gang members take over an apartment complex in the projects, and now all of a sudden we got task force on them? I don't know. This sounds suspicious. I'm glad that they're doing something about it, don't get me wrong, but why these guys? Why now? Why only them? You know, how does that make sense? It doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm a little suspicious of it. I hope they actually are cracking down on these shitheads, but time will tell. Next up, we have Elon Musk hypes up Pittsburgh Steelers fans following Butler rally speech. We're just gonna go ahead and show this because it's only a couple seconds long, and then we'll hop in the chat. Elon was cracking me up at the rally. I couldn't believe he was on stage dancing with his arms. He's jumping in the air with his arms and stuff. And the photos are hilarious. His facial expression while he's like doing all this stuff is just hilarious. And then when you compare his facial expression versus President Trump, and President Trump is always stern and cold and serious, and then Elon's like flying through the air, and it's so funny to see those two together because of the contrast between them. It's just hilarious. I love everything about that rally on Saturday. It was fantastic. Anyways, this happened after the rally. Elon went to the Pittsburgh Steelers game, and he had more energy to burn, so this is how he spent it. I don't know how he has any energy left. Does ketamine give you energy? Yeah, just fired up. Him and President Trump, I don't know how they got that much energy. Anyways, like I said, that was Elon Musk right after the rally on Saturday. Still got tons of energy left. Next up, we have Harris Walls to do several high-profile interviews this week. They're going to be on 60 Minutes. Well, they already did the 60-minute interview. That's supposed to come out sometime today, so I'm sure we'll have some highlights of that tomorrow. But all week, I guess they're going to be covering lots of interviews, trying to pretend like they actually do something around here. Anyways, we're going to read through the chat really quick, see what you hooligans think about those last 2 videos, and then we'll get on to Harry Balls here and see what they got on the schedule for the week. We still beat them. See, I don't watch sports, but I'm glad you're happy about it. Let's see, Snooks. That was epic. He was like a happy boy, a little happy boy. He was, Snooks. Elon Musk seems very genuine at times. Things he says in certain instances, you know, there's times where he's very much worried about optics, but like when he was at the Butler, Pennsylvania rally, he was just And they say that he was mocking Tim Walz. That's why he was doing that. Is not just that he was excited, but he was mocking Tim Walz. I don't know how much truth there is to that. I just know that it was a lot of fun to watch those two be together. What's up, Jay Spray? Happy freedom. Guess I reached out to the gang and told them that they have a stupid name and no one can pronounce it. Well, hopefully they get that fixed, guess because I'm tired of trying to say their damn name. And then I'm like, oh yeah, TDA or whatever, and everyone's like, you got TDA? Did you get antibiotics? Clear that up a little bit. Stop sleeping with loose women. Like, no. It's not what it is. It's not at all what it is. Zero, we had 6 vacant home fires overnight. Squatters, I'm guessing. That sucks, Zero. Probably is squatters. Them bastards. Guess if the people impacted were Haitian, they'd have sent them a bundle of cats. Yeah, you know they would have, guess they would have hand-delivered those cats, too. Pre-skinned and everything. Handwritten note by Joe Biden. Breeze by you. All I know is there's a lot of treason going on unchecked. Yep. Well, like President Trump said, they were going to be making arrests and stuff. He's like, we get back in the White House. He's like, we're holding people accountable. I'd love to see that. I believe that President Trump's going to keep his promises, but I'd really like to see him throw those people in jail that, that deserve it. Zero, I checked on those I knew weren't registered to vote. They registered and even got their adult kids registered. That's badass, Zero. We got to win this. We got to do it. Guess Mayorkas also said that most of FEMA personnel were at the border processing illegals. Yeah. Yep. That's why they're shorthanded. They don't have enough help for the Hurricane Helene victims because FEMA's processing illegals. President Trump has to reschedule his events because there's not enough Secret Service to protect him. And it's like, okay. And then everyone's like, yeah, this is the greatest administration of all times. Let's vote in Harris. Like, what? What are you talking about? You guys must have your head fully lodged up your ass. As long as you say Harry Balls, yeah, that's what it is. Harris Walls. Harry Balls. That's the Harry Balls administration. DCAT. It was the Elon's version of Richard Simmons. Well, he was a pony? Is that what you're telling me? Elon's a pony. Mm-hmm. Toldacare did some research on Elon. Fun fact, at least 8 of his 12 kids are IVF babies. Is that what President Trump is promising people? I don't really know what IVF is, but I assume that's what President Trump was talking about. Trump girl, Elon is so lovable. He is, but I try to keep him at an arm's reach because all of his money comes from the government. Like, yeah, he's got the Tesla thing, he's got the SpaceX stuff and whatever, but it doesn't generate income. It's like breaks even. And so the money he actually makes profit comes from government grants because of green energy. So as much as he's like talking about climate stuff and kind of on the same page as President Trump, where yeah, pollution's a thing, but the other stuff is just an agenda that's being rolled out, Elon actually benefits off of that stuff because the government has the agenda, and because Elon meets the requirements for green energy, he actually receives profit from that. That's where most of his money comes from. So if the government is paying him, and he hangs out at the gala with people like AOC and stuff like that, and he's always rubbing elbows with rich elite people, yeah, I like Elon. He's really entertaining, but do I think he's a good person behind closed doors? I don't know about all that. So, I don't know. I like the character he plays on stage, and I'll say that. Pumpkin, he's really out having fun. Yeah, I think so too. DCAT, they're in Colorado, so even if they do crack down on them, they're going to walk because it's a Democratic-run state, in my opinion. Well, I don't even know where a lot of those crackdowns are happening because I think that last video was about Texas because they're all over the place. So Texas, they're actively looking for them because Abbott made that declaration. Now, I believe his declaration will reach outside of Texas, but that doesn't mean that, like, if they're here in Michigan, is Whitmer really looking to crack down on TDA? Probably not. She's too busy worrying about killing babies and stuff like that. So are they going to be arrested here? Probably not. There's nobody even looking for them. So unless they wave a flag or a big ass tapestry, you know, like, hey, we're TDA, like, I don't think anybody's going to do anything about it outside of Texas. But we'll see. We'll see. Mr. Binu, gang dude, had a scope on his long barrel rifle to do a raid in the projects. Weird. Yeah, Mr. Binu, I think the same thing. When they're in that apartment complex and he's got some sort of, it's not a lever action, I can't think what it's called, a bolt action rifle, because I don't think it took magazines, and then it's got a scope on it, and he's in an apartment complex. It's like, I don't know who he's fighting, Bambi, I guess, but who knows? Maybe they just came back from doing a mission. You never know. You never know. It does look goofy, though, to be like in an apartment complex with a long-range weapon like that. Trump girl, look at all those scumbags. Yeah. Yep, rounding them up. And who knows how many are here? You know, out of 25 million people, how many of them are TDA? It's hard to say. MU, the weather is okay, but the government weather modification is evil. Yeah, and they do a lot of different things to affect it. I used to think like there was, I don't know, just, I don't want to downplay things, but to think about them manipulating the weather sounds really sci-fi. But then when you think about it as hot versus cold, like condensation on your bathroom mirror, they do a lot of stuff like that from what I've read, like shooting heat, you know, into the sky kind of things and causing issues and whatnot. Trump girl, it's category 5 right now. Yeah, but when it reaches land, it's supposed to be a category 3. Hopefully everybody is safe. Bobby, I'm fucking with my neighbors again. Wish me luck. Wear a condom. You gotta be safe. You gotta be safe, buddy. Hurler girl AOC makes me want to vomit. She's got that crackhead squirrel energy. I don't take anything about her serious at all. I don't know how the hell she got the job she's got. Sure. Did anyone watch Trump and Musk? Where do I find that? Missed it. You can watch it on Rumble. It's, hold on, let me find it. I'll just post it in the chat instead of trying to walk you through it. Take me 2 seconds. Because it was a blast. We had a blast on Saturday. Doo-doo-doo. That should have worked. Yeah, there you go. So that link I just put in the Twitch chat, that'll take you to Saturday's event. And we were live for like 5 hours. So you're going to have to scroll like 3 hours in before you see President Trump live. Texan, lasers heating up the storm. Yeah, that's what I've seen over and over again over the last couple of years. Cliff, getting killed out here in North Carolina, this will take years to recover from. Yeah, especially if the government doesn't help, which doesn't seem like they are. Agent O, they'll just move to Colorado. See, and that's what I'm thinking too. When TDA figures out that they're cracking down on those guys, they'll probably just relocate. What's up, Bubble Buddy? Happy freedom. Breeze by you. I don't see anybody over on the X chat. And they don't tell you how many current viewers there are. They just tell you how many views. How many people have actually watched the video for 10 or 15 seconds before walking away. Alright, we're going to move on to the next video here. Let me figure out where we are. Harry Balls. Harris Walls to do several high-profile interviews this week. And they're going to be trying to dupe people into voting for the woman.
Meanwhile,
that's their goal. And I think they actually say that in this video. The whole deal here is sell these idiots so they'll vote for the woman. That's how they got Obama voted in. I fell for it because I was just a dumbass. So I'm not surprised that People are going to fall for this. Anyways, let's get into it. Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
Meanwhile, today marks just 30 days until the presidential election, and according to our latest swing state polling, the race is razor thin.
Bullshit.
DDHQ polls showing a close race right now. Harris having a small lead nationwide. The battle of the swing states continues tonight. Harris and Trump both visiting Helene-hit states with misinformation about the federal response still swirling tonight as this disaster is becoming increasingly politicized. And the implications of disaster response are especially significant. The candidates neck and neck in storm-ravaged swing states like Georgia and North Carolina. We are less than a month away, as we said, from Election Day, and the Harris campaign planning a full-on media blitz this week for their candidate with some big names. News Nation correspondent Alina Shirazi tracking all of this for us in Washington. Alina.
Natasha, good to be with you again. Well, we know that Harris is ramping up her campaign with more screen time, a media blitz. As you mentioned, she's scheduled for several interviews early next week, including a Call Her Daddy podcast interview as her campaign goes after younger and female voters.
The vice president's media blitz this week kicks off today. In a rare appearance, Harris airing on the Call Her Daddy podcast tonight, talking about reproductive rights and other key issues for women.
And can we try to think of any law that gives the government the power to make a decision?
I know what you're going to ask.
About a man's body.
It's a very busy week for Harris, the vice president making appearances on The View, The Howard Stern Show, and The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. The vice president also sitting down with 60 Minutes for an interview set to air tomorrow night.
Do we have a real close ally in Prime Minister Netanyahu?
I think, with all due respect, the better question is, do we have an important alliance between the American people and the Israeli people? And the answer to that question is yes.
Meanwhile, her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, also making the media rounds this week. He'll appear alongside Harris during that 60 Minutes interview before making his late-night debut on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Today, he took the time to praise the vice president's economic agenda.
Donald Trump kept his promise. He cut taxes for the wealthiest. She's talking about making sure things like a child tax credit, $6,000 child tax credit, put more money in people's pocket, making sure that we're able to buy those things, whether it's a crib or it's baby formula, get started. And she's simply asking that we can pay for it by asking those at the top to pay their fair share.
And the Harris campaign looking to get a big boost this week from former President Barack Obama. He will start campaigning across battleground states, planning several events in the final 27 days before the election. His first event Thursday in Battleground, Pennsylvania.
And we know that Harris will be making another trip to Las Vegas for a town hall with undecided Hispanic voters on Thursday. That's before heading to Arizona on Friday to encourage people to participate in early voting. Natasha.
Alina Shirazi live for us in D.C. tonight. Thank you.
Well, Walz said that President Trump did a fantastic job, and I agree. I like how they said at the end there that Harris is going to be attending some sort of event with undecided Hispanic voters. Does that mean she's going to have a Spanish accent? She's go up there and start talking that stuff? We'll see. I think she did have a Latin kind of accent. Not the last time she... it was a couple weeks ago. Now I remember. She said something. She said a phrase, and it had kind of a... kind of an accent to it. We'll see how it goes. We know she's the flim flammer. Anyways, let's see what we got next on the menu here. North Carolina officials work to reorganize for Election Day. Yeah, people suffering from Hurricane Helene, and they're like, oh, might turn the election. Like, how about you help those fucking people? Like, you're worried about the wrong shit here. They're, like I said, they're saying the quiet part out loud. They will let those people die if it means that Democrats win the election. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Open your eyes. That's what they're saying. So no wonder they're not helping those people. You know, like I said, they're saying the quiet part out loud. Anyways, we're going to read through the chat. And before we do, I want to remind you guys really quick If you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. I'm going to read through the chat and we'll get on to this next video here about how they're hoping that Hurricane Helene's going to swing the election. These people are evil. Breeze by you, they don't want those people to live. They won't help. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what they're saying. You know, what else could we believe? Breeze by you, Kamala practicing her accent. She's so damn fake. Yeah. Snooks, you sure are making a lot of eyebrow faces. Well, you know, these eyebrows, they don't lie. They don't lie. Breeze by you, what the hell is he talking about? He was just saying that President Trump did a fantastic job, and I couldn't agree more. Breeze by you, so full of shit. It's not a close race. The propaganda is flowing. Yeah, I don't think it is a close race at all. But we still got to get out there and vote, regardless of, you know, what they're saying on the damn TV. If anything, use it as motivation, because at least the dumb Democratic voters believe it. They believe the polls are close. They believe the votes are going to be close. Prove them bastards wrong. You know the polls are lying. You know the government's media is lying to you. Use that as motivation. Go out there and prove those Democratic voters wrong. You got to go out there and make it too big to rig. You got to vote for the Orange Eagle and get President Trump back in the White House, or we're going to be fucked. Like that's where we are right now. And in vitro fertilization, thank you for letting me know. And I'll get it down one of these days. Just reading through. Craig Kiss, also huge lithium deposits near Kings Mountain, one of the largest. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing, Cricket Kiss, that a lot of this is over the lithium mines, but if they can swing an election, they'll take that too. Snooks, drop it like it's hot, Bobby, like a hot turd. Hooligans crack me up, I swear. What's up, Muskie Boss? Happy freedom. Cricket Kiss? I don't know what that is. I don't know if there's a way I can say that out loud. Spunk poisoning? I've never heard of that, Cricket Kiss. That is something else. How do you test that? I'm not taste testing it. I'm just... I have questions. It's not Saturday. Bring that back up on Saturday. We'll have a discussion over that. That is something else. Pumpkin, they discuss me, so just a bunch of wealthy BS. Yeah, that's how it goes. Muskie Boss, I don't know what you guys are saying. Oh, you're talking about Tim Walz. It's starting to become clear now. Too old to care. Dumbass. Baby has to live until tax credit. Exactly, too old to care. They're promising baby bonuses for your taxes, your child tax credit. But they're also the party of killing babies. You can't have it both ways, you dumb bitch. Fucking kills me. Hannah Harris is the worst. She is the worst. Amarain, that's right, idiot. Don't answer the question. Like I said, that 60 Minutes preview they just showed you, they said it's going to come out tomorrow, but that video is from yesterday. So let me throw my chapstick really quick. I'm having a day. That video will come out today of Hannah Harris at some point. I don't know what time it's going to come out, but that 60 Minutes interview with Hannah Harris is going to come out, and we're going to probably have some highlights tomorrow during the live. We'll show some highlights from it. What's up, Willie Fix It? Happy freedom. Thank you for joining us over on Rumble. Matthew, my Rumble stopped. We dropped some frames at some point in time. I don't know what happened. The internet hiccuped a little bit, so I think it was actually on my end. It doesn't seem like we're dropping frames right now, so we don't have to worry about a reset or anything like that. Now that I said something, now it's going to drop frames. But hopefully we'll be okay. If it becomes a problem, we'll do a reset and, we'll fix it. How you doing, Klaus Daniels? No, don't start tearing shit up. I don't even think we're halfway through yet. Klaus is like, okay, time to race around the house. DCAT, it seems pretty convenient that no mainstream media there really knows no news about what's going on down south. Some of it's starting to come out now, but what is disgusting, I'm just saying, yeah, DCAT, well, it's the government's media, so they're not going to say anything that's too damning about the government. But like I said, as time goes on and people get rescued and stuff like that, we're going to start seeing people upload videos. They won't be lives, but we're going to see content in the next week or so, I guarantee it, of images and videos of things we haven't seen yet. The media is not going to show you that, but people who get rescued, if they have their phone on them, they're going to have a catalog of shit that we haven't even kind of seen yet. I think that's when we're going to start seeing videos of bodies in trees and some real destruction going on, because there's people right now who are just suffering. They're just alive and stranded. And like I said, if they got their phone on them, what do you got to do all day? So there's going to be people who are going to be documenting this. And when they get rescued and they get brought to a place where they have signal, I think we're going to start seeing uploads of really crazy stuff that the government's media didn't want to show us. That's just my prediction. That's just what I'm thinking. Pumpkin, they want us all to believe it's all misinformation, so it's fine. We are fine. They are fine. Yeah, Pumpkin. Well, and it also disproves like what I was just saying. In a week, people get rescued from this disaster zone. We start seeing uploads of new content from people who were on the ground. Well, they've already laid all the groundwork to say it's misinformation. So a week from now, when you're seeing bodies in trees and shit like that, the government will go, remember that propaganda we were telling you about for the last 7 days? That's that. Like I keep saying with the AI, they're going to do the same thing with the AI. They're going to have information come out that's damning to political officials in DC, and they're going to claim that content is AI-generated content. That's what they do. They're like, hey, anything that guy says is a lie. And the guy walks through the door, he's like, huh, what'd they say? They're like, nothing, never mind. And then everything he says is just presumed as a lie. And that's how they do it. They get ahead of everybody. They call them all liars. And then any new information comes out, you just assume it's a lie. That's how it goes. They're very sneaky. Very, very sneaky. Buck, the weather modification technology can certainly also be used for positive things. Well, they sold it as if it was supposed to be a positive thing. Like if you look into, weather seeding or whatever, a lot of that is where it all started, is all of that. But of course, they got to taint everything they touch. Everyone on Rumble's like, Jeff said taint. I know you guys so well. So well. Sherry, Elon sent a lot of his Starlinks. Yes. But the problem with that is, and I've seen people do this on TikTok, which I think is really interesting. The Starlink satellites are in spaces, not space, but in position to help individuals that are stranded and isolated right now. But if you're on a mountain somewhere, you haven't seen another human being for 7 days, how do you know that's happening? You don't. You don't know it's happening. You also have to sign into it. It's not like McDonald's, or you just walk in and you got Wi-Fi. It's not like that. You got to sign into it. So I'm seeing people on TikTok who are posting all the Starlink names, the host name, the passwords, and then telling everyone to share it, to grab the video, repost it, reshare it. On TikTok, they have a feature that's called repost, and it's kind of like retweeting, but you're on a video platform. So you're kind of sharing this video out to your audience, whoever follows you. So when you have somebody post a video like that where it's a list of titles and passwords to these Starlink, and you share it out and somebody else shares it out, you're spreading this out. So not that people who are dying are on TikTok, but maybe they are. Maybe they're, sitting there stranded on a hill and they got enough service to TikTok. I don't know. But if you don't have that information, you can't sign into Starlink. So just like the $750 on a website somewhere, that doesn't help you when you don't have internet access. You know, when you don't have anyone to tell you, hey, there's $750 waiting for you. You got to find Wi-Fi and you got to go apply for it. Well, if you're living in the hills, stranded, how do you know that? You don't. There's no one there to tell you it's happening. So I am seeing people try to help with that. But then again, you got FEMA preventing Americans from helping Americans. So you have people that have resources that don't even know they have resources because they don't have the damn password. So it's a mess. What's happening is a mess. What's up, Steven? Happy freedom. Hey, I appreciate you being here, Texan. Ashley, do you miss your long hair? No, not really. I mean, I kind of miss having dreads just for being cool looking, but I don't remember I don't miss being hot. I was hot all the damn time. And when you lay your head down, you're laying on wool. And so I don't really miss any of that stuff. I just miss being cool looking. Texan, no balls, walls. Coward. Yep. What's up, somebody's mom? Happy freedom. Ashley, you're jelly. Nah, I'm not. Really not. I don't get jealous. I don't get jealous. I get even. Mark, both YouTube and Rumble notifications came an hour late. Well, that might be device specific. I've always heard the Rumble notifications being 2 hours late, and it's only been an hour so far. I don't know. I think the whole notification thing is a toss-up between the platforms and the device you're on. Snooks, you said taint. I knew it. I knew it. Zero, wouldn't it be cool if that actually happened or people rescue a Bigfoot? It would be badass. I guess you called it. You called it. They got him. They got him. At least we got one rescued. He's an American, right? As far as I know, he is. I hope he votes for Trump. I'm just saying. Just saying. Bigfoot could be the deciding vote. You don't know. Okay? You don't know. Let's get into this next video here. I believe this is where everybody's hoping that the hurricane will swing the election. Let me see. Yes, it is. So it's titled, North Carolina officials work to reorganize for Election Day. They are going to mention in the video, I think it's early on in the video, that because of 2020 census, the electoral votes are being increased. And with that being said, just imagine how census is going to look, because right now census is happening. I had to fill out census or whatever. I had to fill it out because I showed all of you guys that I received it in the mail. So I filled it out like I was supposed to, government. With 25 million illegals now inside the country, that will be added to the census, which means we're going to have more electoral vote changes happening. Now, I don't know if that's going to affect this election, but it will affect the next midterms and so on and so forth. So keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and get into this real
Spotlight
quick.
is on North.
Hold up. All right, once again, this is titled, North Carolina officials work to reorganize for Election Day.
Spotlight is on North Carolina. The Tar Heel state has 16 electoral votes up for grabs. It gained an extra electoral vote after the 2020 census. But after Hurricane Helene, this election now just 29 days away, far from on the minds of many, still struggling from the catastrophic flooding. There are hundreds of roads that are closed. More than 100,000 customers are without power and cell service, and hundreds of people are displaced, living in shelters or hotels. The last thing they're thinking about is voting. Here now is Andrea Haley, CEO of Vote.org. But in a few weeks, that's going to become very important, especially how critical North Carolina is in this election. What's being done to make sure that people who don't have power or cell service right now will still have access to vote?
Right now, I know the state of North Carolina is very dedicated to making sure that people can still access their right to vote. Voter registration deadlines are coming up on the 11th, so that's really important. But in the meantime, everyone's trying to make sure that polling locations can be open, that people are getting their mail-in ballots who have requested them, that there are ways for people to access the
She shouldn't have hit the blunt before the
facilities that they're going
interview.
to need to be able to vote this year.
And can much of that be done online if the systems get back up and running? I mean, so much of a campaign is ground game, right? And making sure people are even driven or taken physically to the polls. How does that complicate this situation in North Carolina?
Well, right now at vote.org, we're sending out text messages to people, and we're letting everyone know that if you live in North Carolina, but that you've been displaced to another state, you can absolutely request that your absentee ballot be sent there. We're also trying to send text messages and emails to people to let them know that the registration deadline is coming up on the 11th. I think that many of the post offices are working hard to reopen and to make sure that the roads are going to be accessible for people. But this is going to take a big effort between now and Election Day to pull off. But North Carolina has seen storms before, although not storms of this magnitude. And we're all very, very hopeful that these systems will be in place for people to be able to vote.
How about something like a polling location, Andrea? How difficult is that to change with weeks to go?
With weeks to go, you really can change the location, or you can consolidate locations. The big part of the, that will be difficult is making sure that everyone knows where those locations are. So if you're used to going to the same place every election cycle and now it's moved, at vote.org, we're going to make sure that you have the information you need to be able to find the new location. The other big thing right now is making sure that people just verify their registration, go on their phone for 2 seconds and verify, because we know we've also seen some voter purges in North Carolina in general. So this election cycle, North Carolinians are going to have to verify their registration. They're going to have to keep coming to vote.org. And as we get the new polling locations, we'll make sure to put them up for people. And we'll remain a resource as things shift on the ground. And early voting will start very soon, in-person early voting. So hopefully if people make a plan early enough to participate, they'll go ahead and get through the system.
Yeah, add this to your to-do list. Make sure that you're verified. I was on your website earlier, Andrea. A lot of great resources that you all have to make the process as easily and as seamless as possible between now and Election Day. Andrea Haley with vote.org. Thank you so much for you and your team.
Look at these smug pieces of shit. Yeah, make sure you get your priorities straight. Get your schedule in line. Just, look forward to voting early and making sure that you're registered. Yeah, right next to finding your house, your loved ones, being rescued, not dying on a mountain somewhere. Like, crazy. Look at these images. Like, look at the way you would think they're just talking about normal ass people. Not people who are stranded and dying and surrounded by dead bodies and not receiving any help because of a disaster that happened. They're saying Hurricane Helene, can you even hear me? They're saying Hurricane Helene is worse than Hurricane Katrina. People talk about Hurricane Katrina like it was the day that Jesus died. People talk about it like it happened yesterday. Hurricane Helene is worse than that. And they're worried about you being registered to vote. They're worried about you knowing, hey, like they said, people aren't used to the election, like where you go to vote, moving. So you got to look ahead. You got to figure out where to vote because people aren't used to it moving. Yeah, that's how they felt when houses were floating down the fucking stream there. They're not used to buildings moving. These people are so crazy, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I mean, it's like torturing somebody and then being mad that they're screaming. That's what's going on. These people are bastards. They are bastards. Those people are suffering. They're stranded. They don't know nothing about nothing. They don't even know if they're going to live, let alone where they're going to vote or if they're registered or any of that stupid shit. It's insane what's going on here. And they're laughing about it. They're on TV laughing about it. They're like, oh, hopefully they get their shit and get their ducks in a row. They don't even know if they're going to live. And you're like joking about whether or not they're going to vote. They're like, oh no, Trump supporters might not make it. What a bunch of bastards. I don't know. It's real evil. It's real evil. I mean, I'm severely desensitized because of watching shit nonstop for 4 years. But damn, like those people are fully disconnected. those are robots on the screen, you know, and it didn't do me any help watching They Live because I see that shit everywhere. I already felt that way before I watched the movie. Now I've watched it twice and I'm like, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's the fucking beings on the screen lying to our face, keeping us asleep. It's crazy. It is crazy. Well, let's see where we are on the schedule here. Next up, I've never seen my city like this, Asheville mayor says. I think this video and the next video are all about, actually, I think the next two videos, the next three videos are all about Hurricane Helene and updates on that. So like I said, this next video is, I've never seen my city like this, says the Asheville mayor. They're going to show us scenes of what's going on. They're going to talk a little bit about what they believe is happening. And then, like I said, we got two videos after that that also have to do with Hurricane Helene victims and what their kind of situation is. All this shit is the government's media, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But at least we'll be able to hear what they're telling everybody else while we make our own decisions. But before we get into that, we're going to read through the chat really quick and see what you hooligans think about that last video. Guess some Asheville is bad. I believe it. All these areas there that I've seen videos of and all of that, I don't even know how they're going to recover. I don't even know how they're going to recover. And if this is the video I think it is, it looks like a third world country. You'll see a car going down the road, but at first you don't even realize it's a road. There's like so much dirt and shit on the road that you think you're looking at Iraq or something. It's crazy. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to reset the live because I guess we're having buffering and it's causing people's problems, which really sucks because I'm already having a shitty day and I didn't want to have to do this. Okay, so give me a second. We're gonna end the live and then in about 60 seconds we will start the live back up. Most of you will be able to stay right where you are and just wait for me to let you know to refresh the page. For everyone on X and on YouTube, you will have to find the new live. You can do that by just hovering around my channel, but it doesn't work the same on those platforms. So give me a second here.